So, Lewis Hamilton is being a preachy, patronising, hypocritical fuckwit once again, ladies and gentlemen. I know. Shocker. Lewis Hamilton equalled Michael Schumacher's record number of podiums this weekend in what was a fairly uneventful race in Catalonia. I wanted to celebrate. I wanted to want him to be a hero and become the most successful driver ever for so many reasons, but I just can't because the guy is an absolute fucking idiot. Now, the list of celebrity hypocrites is a fucking long one, but honestly, I think Lewis might just be top of the bunch. People say he's arrogant, which I suppose is a fair comment, but then I can't really criticise him for this, as people have called me arrogant, and I'm not a six-time Formula One champion. Like, I haven't even done that on a video game, never mind real life. I'm just a fucking idiot. I still have my moments of, let's say, overconfidence. However, I'd rather fall into a state of overconfidence than be a whiny little victim. Anyway, this isn't about me, so I'll shut the fuck up. The point being is that anyone who gets to the top of their respective field usually has an element of arrogance about them. It's hardly uncommon amongst top athletes, so I reckon we can give them a free pass for this. What I will call out, however, is patronising fucking hypocrisy. Here is a recent tweet from Lewis explaining that he's taking time out with just him and his poor fucking dog. No phones, no training, just him at one with nature and his dog. Oh, and a whole fucking camera crew so that he can post his quiet contemplation all over fucking Twitter for millions of people to see. How deep and virtuous. As we know, speedboats are great for marine life. Fish and that, they absolutely adore getting shredded to pieces by man-made constructions, as long as it means Lewis Hamilton's got a decent backdrop for us all so that he can educate us on the damage that we're doing to the fucking planet. Like, are you sure, pal? Whilst on the subject of animal welfare, in another aggressive liberal move, he's decided to feed his dog, Roscoe, a vegan diet. So, in order to educate and prevent animal cruelty, he's engaging in that very act himself by feeding his dog a diet that will fucking kill it. So woke. What a guy. Your dog has massive canine teeth that have evolved to tear flesh apart, Lewis. It's a big fucking clue. Use your brain. Now, I have certain issues with veganism as a movement as a whole and its rampant hypocrisy and militant stance, amongst other things, but that's a video for another day. There's far too much shit to go through on Lewis Hamilton alone without delving into the bullshit that is veganism, so let's try and stay focused. So, Lewis has taken plenty of time out of his hectic schedule to lecture us about climate change, us, the general public, about how we should all go vegan to reduce our carbon footprint, all whilst being sponsored by a petrol company that fracks, and having teams of people, cars and parts carted all around the fucking globe on regular flights to produce the most high-profile, self-indulgent sport out there to help make him a multi-millionaire. But never mind all that, the planet is dying because you had a beef roast on Sunday with your family. Stop it. As I'm sure you're all aware, because the bloke can't stop fucking rattling on about it, Lewis is a big advocate and champion of the Black Lives Matter movement. The same movement which openly cites its ambitions to dismantle capitalism and the patriarchy. Now, Lewis Hamilton is a mixed-race millionaire at the top of his male-dominated sport, which is practically a tangible demonstration of what capitalism is and allows people to achieve. I mean, is this guy for fucking real? He wants to help dismantle the very foundations that have given him the platform to spout this nonsense. This lack of self-awareness is frankly fucking astonishing. I don't see him actually encouraging black kids to get into karting or helping fund these events. All I hear him do is lecture the general public about how we're all fucking racist. Again, he drives for Mercedes, a company that provided engine and parts during the Second World War for Hitler to use to transport Jewish people to concentration camps. But I guess that's okay, because they have the best car on the grid after all, and most Jews aren't black, right? He's also happy to indulge in capitalism when it comes to being paid millions of pounds to be the face of Hugo Boss, the company who provided uniforms to the Nazis during World War II and recently came out and actually apologised for the part that it played during the genocide of millions of people. So Lewis's position on capitalism and racism is that they're bad and that you shouldn't support either, but it's okay if they're giving him a dream lifestyle, just not anybody else. Okay. He's even going as far as calling out other drivers who refuse to take the knee for BLM, with the quote, I see you and hear your silence. Again, another, if you aren't fighting it, you must support it rhetoric. Well, I haven't heard Lewis come out and condone the elite paedophilia that's going on. Guess you support it then, Lewis. I haven't heard him say a fucking word about the 5-year-old little boy Cannon Hinton who was shot at point blank range by a black man for seemingly no other reason than the colour of his skin. I mean, I don't actually know his motives, but if the colours were reversed, that's what everyone would assume and report. But not here. It doesn't fit the narrative. And so, Lewis Hamilton, yes, I hear your silence. I see you. Still, the guy, he pays his taxes, so he's entitled to his opinion, right? Oh, wait, no. He dodges them, doesn't he? He wants to keep his capitalism gained wealth all for himself and not redistribute it into society. But he's the champion of an anti-capitalistic movement. I mean, am I fucking missing something here, Lewis? Can you clear this up because your actions totally contradict your patronising fucking spiel? Do you think we're all fucking stupid? It comes with great displeasure and remorse that I have to speak about Lewis this way. It's such a shame. I was such a huge fan of his when he broke into Formula One. A mixed race lad from just up the road from me, looking like a future multi-time champion. Fantastic. What a hero and a role model for young drivers of all nationalities and all colours all around the world. Formula One is not a very accessible sport and it takes great financial resources, so the best thing that could happen to the sport as a whole is to make it more financially accessible, in which case we'd have a wider range of diversity and talent coming through organically. Women as well. Gone are the days when brute strength was needed to wrestle cars round the corners, so there's no good reason not to get more women into the higher echelons of a traditionally patriarchal sport. Why aren't you speaking about this, Lewis? Why aren't you doing something like, say, Sadio Mane, who contributes a huge amount of his wages to the poorest people from his home village to help them create better lives for themselves, rather than whining in the media about systemic racism and climate change whilst living a luxurious, lavish lifestyle and financially gaining from historically racist companies, you fucking contradicting bell piece. And that's the reason that I can't support him. And it's a fucking great shame because, you know what? I desperately fucking want to.